Hello everyone, welcome to our visionary classes. Today we are with the second lecture series of our question paper analysis. Okay, so this question paper analysis is for the UGC NET peoples or students who are appearing for the UGC NET exam. So today's topic is the statistical approach on which we are reading the question sets. Okay, so before I would like to start my lecture series, I would like to request you to subscribe our channel and contact us for the latest study material and online regular classes. So let's begin. Okay. The first question that we are dealing in the statistical approach is from the UGC NET December 2004. Okay, the first question that is given that for a normal distribution, the skewness is what? This was the question. Okay, so the answer will be 0. Okay, why? Because the skewness refers to the distortion or asymmetry in a normal bell curve. Okay, while the normal distribution have no distortion. Okay, so what does it means? So let us see with an graphical diagram. So this is the normal distribution curve. Okay, if we see the symmetry of this distribution, we see equal areas lies from the middle of this distribution curve. Okay, while if we move to the skewed distribution curve, that is like this, that is positively skewed, and like this, that is negatively skewed, you can see that from the middle the left hand side is having higher areas as compared to the right hand side in the positively skewed distribution. Okay, while in the negatively skewed distribution the right hand side is having higher area as compared to the left hand side distribution. So there is no distortion in the normal distribution, so the answer will be 0 about the skewness in the normal distribution curve. Okay, while in the t statistic, the second question says that in the t statistic is useful for testing what? This was the question. So the answer will be the null hypothesis for a regression coefficient. Okay, so the t statistic is very useful distribution that is used for calculation of the regression coefficients testing. Okay, so the testing the significance for an observed correlation coefficient is given by a t statistic formula, that is t equal to r upon a root over of 1 minus r square into root over of n minus 2, where we can see r is the regression coefficient or the correlation coefficient and n is the sample size. Okay, so by this we can know these two types of questions that has been come in the December 2004. So moving on to the next year, we have a question on the 2005 that under the Z transformation, that is Z score equal to sample mean minus population mean upon the standard deviation. Okay, the normal distribution f of x with the mean mu and the standard deviation sigma is what? This was the question. Okay, so you should remember that the standard deviation of a z score in a normal distribution will definitely equal to the 1. Okay, so it comes from where? It comes from the properties of the z score. You should remember all the properties that are in the z score. The first property that we are seeing is the mean of the z score is always 0. Okay, as we know, if this is the normal distribution curve that is followed by the z, here the mean will always lie, that is 0. Okay, while the standard deviation of the z score is always 1. The graph of the z score distribution always has the same shape as the original distribution of the sample values. Okay, the fourth term, the sum of the square of the z score is always equal to the number of the z score. Okay. Now the fifth property, that z score above 0 represents the same values above the mean, while the z score below the 0 samples values below the mean are the same, because we can see here above 0 values are as same as compared to below 0 values, because this is a normal distribution curve. Okay, so here are the some properties of the z score. According to that, the question comes in the 2005. Now, in the UGC NET December 2006, we have a question from the binomial distribution. Okay, so for the binomial distribution, if the P is the probability of happening of an event, means the success of an event, while Q is the failure, that is 1 minus P, then the variance of in the sample of the n observation would be. Okay, so you should remember some of the parameters that are in the binomial distribution, what their formula is. The first formula is the mean will be equal to number of samples into the success probability, while the variance will be equal to number of samples into the success probability into the failure probability, while the moment of coefficient of kurtosis equal to alpha 4 equal to 3 plus 1 minus 6pq upon npq. Okay, this is the formula, while the standard deviation formula is the root over of npq. So we know that the square of standard deviation is the variance, so directly you can write that is npq. Okay, the moment of kurtosis formula is already given here. The moment of coefficient of skewness formula is q minus p upon root over of npq, that is the standard deviation. So you should remember this formula before you should attempt the binomial distribution questions. Okay, now again in the same year we have UGC NET June 2000 question. Okay, the particle size in a soil can be classified as a clay. This is the question, that is 1 to 4 microns, while the silt has given 4 to 16 microns, sand has given 62,000 microns, and the boulders has given greater than 1000 microns. Okay, hence the correct to suggest that in natural particle size distribution follows the log normal distribution, particle size are rising exponentially. That's why we should follow this log normal distribution curve. Okay, so this is the answer. So the particle size is given like this, and like this. Okay, so as we can see, there is a 1 to 4 micron in the first case, 4 to 62 micron in the second case, and here 62 to 1000 micron in the third case, and boulder is 1000 micron in the fourth case. So you are seeing that it is rising exponentially. That's why we should use a log normal distribution curve instead of normal distribution curve for representing this kind of data. So the particle size of a soil is represented by log normal distribution curve. Okay. Now moving on to the last question, that is the correlation coefficient between the variables x, y is given by the table, that is x equal to 1, 3, 4, 6, 8, 9, 11, 14, y equal to 1, 2, 4, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. So there is a standard formula. You should remember the correlation coefficient. Okay, the correlation coefficient has a standard formula, that is this, where you should have to find that n multiplied summation xy minus summation x multiplied summation y upon root over of n summation x square minus summation x whole square into n summation y square minus summation y whole square give rise to r correlation coefficient value. So according to this formula, we have x and y. We have to find x into y, x square and y square. We have to find these three parameters as well as the sum of these three parameters. So putting in this formula, as we can see, putting in this formula, we have got the answer, that is 0.977 plus. Okay, this is in the positive correlation coefficient, that is 0.977. Okay, so this is the our statistical approach problems. I hope you have learnt a good. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.